Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent?
Cool to watch things like that. I just want to say that this is all a part of the healing journey. I want to thank you, brothers, for giving me some of the best times, some of the best experience that I've had in my life. Of brothers who was there for me. Brothers who I believed cared for me. Brothers who we stood strong together. We laughed. We argued. We broke bread. And this was the straight way I knew. This was it. The love, the brotherhood. We were all new to the faith. All new, fresh. Juan was the leader.
We laughed, we argued, the love we had. You would think he's talking about his wife when he tears up like this. Let's continue.
I just got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put her out there and make her look bad to nobody or anything like that either. You get what I'm saying? So that was another thing. I didn't want to embarrass her, make her look bad. I didn't want to make it seem like that I was not able to, take care of my household, things like that. But like I said, this whole time, there was not a peep, not a word from anybody. This whole time, nobody was like, hey, I want to sit y'all down. One thing that I would really like to point out is the respect of persons. Now, I'm not asking for Pastor Charles Dow to fly out to Detroit and sit down with me and my wife to see what we can do to reconcile our marriage or anything like that. I think I was pretty done with her. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there was no effort or even a discussion about reconciliation or trying to reconcile me with her or trying to fix some of the issues within the marriage or anything like that. No one offered it. Now, I'm not asking him to fly all the way out, but he did it for Elder. He did it for Kabir Bajabila Miller. He flew all the way out to Wisconsin to talk to him and his wife about the faith and things like that to make sure that their marriage could be reconciled. I'm not asking to even have Pastor Charles Dawes fly out to see me and my wife. I'm saying he could have Juan do it. He could have had anybody else who was in leadership or something that she would listen to, to sit down and try to reconcile or made an option for it, at least tried, but there was no offer. So I want to make that very clear. It never was offered. And if he requested it to be offered to me, it never got to me that he wished for that to be offered. So that's just something that I would really like to point out, make a very clear emphasis on, is that when people are going through things like this in their marriage, and you're a ministry who believes in reconciliation, husband and wife, and that wife should not be leaving him for no reason, then you wouldn't allow her to leave so quickly. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't just take this white woman's side over a Yahudim, a true Yahudim, a Hebrew, and say that she's right, I'm wrong. She has the right to leave me, and you're making the decision that she could leave, and you're making that choice for me, without even talking to me or hearing my point of view, my side, my perspective, without cross-referencing what she's saying based on what the truth was, based on what I was saying, plus my witness. My mother was there the whole time. She witnessed everything from the day that I was married all the way up until the end. She has been witnessed.
Now, if you listen carefully to what he said, he placed Dal above his ex-wife, the mother of his children.
Now, I don't tell them go repent. You know why? Them leaving lets me know they're repenting.
Leaving is a fragment of repentance. Again, people can leave for all kinds of reasons, but as a deacon, he's accountable to the people on the behalf of God for the doctrine he stood under for 27 years. Now, Barack, this person in your live chat at the bottom of the screen who goes by the name Follow the Lamb. Now, you didn't read the comment, but I'll read it. He says, Barack hurt because he believes Ashley contributed to his wife leaving him. Bro, a hypocrite clout chaser. Repent to them brothers in H. I think he means Houston. Since you telling others, do what you can. Now, Barack, you got to expect the heat. Okay? As I've covered on this channel. All right. Is your mother divorced? These are questions you have yet to answer. Okay, because if your mother and your wife got divorced after joining Straightway, now that's a major, major red flag. Okay, even if your wife alone, which she did divorce you after joining Straightway, that alone is enough evidence suffice for that to be given some attention here. Okay, that you need to talk more about. All right. I understand you talked about it once, but that's not good enough. Okay, because kids are involved. And you need to talk more about your situation than you do about Deacon Bill, Brother Robert, or Elder Becker, or any of these guys that left Straightway. Because unlike your situation, Deacon Bill still has his wife. Okay, now this person in the comments made a great point. All right, because you probably need to double down on what they're saying. Perhaps Ashley did have something to do with your wife divorcing you. Okay, because again, she was given charge over the women. And this goes to show how ruthless Rufus is, because he doesn't want to talk about that. He's just trying to gather numbers to go against Dow. Because he know those people can really spill the beans on Dow. Okay, but if they're wicked enough to contribute to your wife divorcing you, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep silent and never say a word about Dow. Okay, so Barack, you're gonna have to get some balls and talk about it. Okay, talk about Ashley. Talk about what was her contribution. Don't let Rufus just run your channel, man. You got to take control of your channel. Take control of the platform and talk about Ashley. That's what we want to hear. Okay, because that's really going to get at the root of what Dow is really doing. Who knows, if you put pressure on Ashley to talk, that can really stain her image.
Stumbling block before him. He shall die because thou hast not given him warning. Why didn't you warn him? Why didn't you warn him? You didn't give him warning, so he will die. He shall die in his sin. Now that don't just go for Dow, okay? That don't just go for Dow. That goes for every individual who chooses to be with Straightway for power, for more wives, for more resources, for status, to have a more respect, more whatever it may be. That goes for every individual who is seeking those things of the flesh.
A few moments ago.
Daddy, you've heard my voice before. We've done this walk before. We've done this dance before. You've heard me shout your name before. You've heard me praise you before. And I come to you humbly, Father, and I ask you to continue to order my steps, to continue to guide me, Father, into what I need to do for your kingdom, Father. What I need to do to continue to show and give a light unto these Gentiles, Father, unto my family, Father, that I know that you're here and you're touching me. You got your hands around me in protection, Father, and a hedge of protection, Father. I ask
Mind games on them that are there. I already know. Crazy. Absolutely. You got to know now it's going to be battle of the Royale. Who can get the top spot? Who can gain eldership? Who can gain to be a deacon or a teacher? Now, who can be able to get on that level? These brothers are going to be at each other's throats relentlessly. I've seen the relentless behavior of cutting people out because you want something. The reason why the shit was being started in Houston for me is because this man wanted a woman. And they felt like the woman wanted me. So they started shit with me. And they wouldn't let it die down. They wouldn't let it be at peace. They wouldn't let it rest. I'm trying to make peace. And this brother says, well, I know this ain't the end of it. While I'm sitting here telling him, I refuse to allow our relationship to be like this. This is what I'm met with. It's resistance when I'm trying to bring peace. Even though that I know that I'm not somebody who's totally and completely wrong. Yeah, they are cutthroat when they look for something that they want. When they want something, cutthroat. Your ass is through. I promise you. You through. Not through. You're through. Your ass is through. If they want your wife, and you're refusing to give it up, your ass is through. You through. They're gonna get rid of you somehow, some way. They're gonna just ask you to leave, whatever they got to do, they're gonna do it. If you want to stand up for righteousness in Straightway Truth Ministries, you through. Just know, just count your days. You're numbered. If you see something wicked going on and you say, "Hey, that shit wicked," you through. It's only but a matter of time for you. The clock has ticked as soon as you said and spoken up against whatever wickedness you saw that took place. It's just a matter of time. Just be prepared. In order for you to be a part of that ministry, you got to close your mouth, be quiet, and move according to that silence. Keep your head down like a lot of them cowards do. I'll be seeing them out here.
A few moments ago.
Daddy, you've heard my voice before.
The oath of the contract, because a woman felt like the fruit was good. It's just simple as that. She felt it was good. She took a look at it, saw it was good, gave it to Adam. Her emotions is what decided that. So men, understand that women have emotions. Know how to deal with your woman's emotions, or know how to deal with women who are being emotional. Because those emotions would destroy your house. Learn how to tame them, how to get those things, those emotions under subjection to your goal, to what your vision is. That will help your house be successful. And the only reason why a wicked woman is apportioned onto a wicked man is because of the simple fact that man won't listen to sound doctrine and teachings. He won't listen. He's wicked. So yes, this woman is going to be a reflection of his wicked ass, right? But that's a good word right there. And I'm not talking just your ego. They go out of their way to fumigate and form hatreds against their brother. How can they ever love the Most High Yah if they don't love their own brother? They don't have any offense with me. They don't have any reason to hate me, but they take a position to hate me. I got a brother from Houston, Texas named Trey Moore. This brother has an out with me, the lights, where you would try to understand why. All I did was ever love on this brother. This brother was exhibiting characteristics of being a loser. And I told this brother, you a loser. You got to stop thinking like that. You might say that that's harsh, and I would agree. But I would say that should motivate men to be better men. Whenever this brother was doing something that was unethical in my eyes, for sure, and then I got confirmation, hey man, that's kind of, oh, okay. I spoke to the brother about it. I didn't duck him. I didn't sit there and enable and coddle this brother and allow him to just be inadequate. You understand what I'm saying? To be less than what he should be as a man for his family. No, I came to him and I spoke to that brother about his shortcomings. Why? Because I'm a real brother. I want to see you do better. I'm not trying to tear you down just to see you suffer. No, but I'm here to lift you up. I'm here to give you same knowledge and understanding that I have in regards on how to build. I'm willing to be fully accessible for free. You understand what I'm saying? To help you in ways. But I'm also here to tell you the facts and the truth. Wanted that brother to be successful. All while the rest of these individuals, all of the rest of these men, besides two, you got brother Justin and brother Bug. Those are the only two that never spoke bad about this brother. The rest of them would shit on him daily. Talk about how terrible he was at rapping. Talk about his ass bad, like a dog. Talk about his personal life and how piss poor of a, never mind. Talked about his personal life with me. That's all they would do is talk shit about him. Behind his back. Wasn't bringing it to his face though. But they would talk shit about him behind his back. Certain things that I don't want to repeat right now because it's not cool. It's not cool. And I still got love for the brother. This is the type of stuff that you experience in Straightway Truth Ministries. You experience this stuff in life, period. We got a bunch of haters out here, yo. You got to get your hater blockers. You got to get your hater blockers on. There's not too many people out here who are going to tell you the truth, who going to give you the facts and the truth and be like, look, bro, I just want to see you grow. And then you're going to take the way that I'm loving you by telling you the truth, right? You're going to take that as me hating you. You're going to take that as me being your enemy. You're going to take that as me not being cool or being friends with you. You feel me? You're going to take that as an opportunity to throw shots at me. You're going to take it as an opportunity to come at me when you can. You're going to take that as an opportunity to do certain things and defend the very people who talk shit about you behind your back. It's sad, but it's true. This is the type of world we living in. People who just want to hear what they want to hear, who literally don't care. Honestly. Yeah, I don't mind telling you that the people that are around you, besides Brother Justin, Brother Bug, those are the only two loyal friends you got, Trey Moore, while you're in my comment section. Those are only two real friends you got, yo. They will cut for you. They're not going nowhere. They will ride with you, and they'll do the best they can to help you. But they never talked bad about you. They know your shortcomings. They know where you need to grow. I just pointed it out. I was your big brother. You understand what I'm saying? I was your big brother, the big brother that would give you the hard facts, the hard truth, the things you had to face. And what did you do once you received those hard facts, those hard truths? You ain't got yourself a really decent job. I hope you still got it to this day, brother. You got yourself a decent job and you start to clean yourself up more and get yourself serious about taking care of that family of yours. I saw progress when I was rebuking you, brother. I saw progress. I saw a man who started to show up, who started to show out, who started to have more self-control over his emotions, who showed up regardless on if I'm like, brother, you ain't ready, showing up, showing out with wisdom at a young age, just need a little bit more guidance. And I have this level of empathy for you, and I empathize with you because of the simple fact that you were not taught as a young man. And I know how that is, Trey Moore. I know how it is for our black men out here who are not raised to be a real man. You understand what I'm saying? It's difficult. It's not nothing to sneeze at. It's not nothing to put down, belittle. It's not nothing to throw shots at. It's difficult. And I'll tell you this much. I'll give you your flowers on this. You step into the plate. Keep stepping to the plate. But one thing you need to do is watch the people around you. You think them straightway guys. I'm not going to say what I want to say. You think them straightway guys you surrounding yourself with is your friends. You got two friends, Trey Moore. You got Justin. You got Bug. That's all you got, bro. Stop looking at them like your homies. They not. They don't like you, fam. You too hard-headed for them. You don't show up on time enough for them. You don't contribute enough money and funds and resources for them. They don't care about you, bro. And I've been saying that. But you quick to defend them. Put your neck out here for them so you can get up here and come on live and I'd have to slaughter you in front of all of these viewers and really air out your dirty laundry there. Why even go there when you can just know who labor amongst you and know that they not all who they claim to be in your life? They're not your brothers. Your brothers don't talk trash behind your back and don't make you grow. You understand what I'm saying? Unwarranted, unasked for. Ain't nobody asked them to give me all of your personal business. They just started to talk about it. That tells me that's fake as hell, one-on-one.
Shalom, shalom, saints of the Most High. Yeah, this is Brother Trey Moore. Just coming with a video, man. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I think that this is necessary, especially to just get off my chest for me, because this dude keep bringing up my name, and I don't understand why he keep bringing up my name. So I'm gonna let the video speak for themselves. But I also got a series of questions, and just again want to address everything, because again, brothers in the truth, we not sitting behind the computer all day. We're actually building, putting in work, building for the nation of Israel, right, and moving for the Most High. And we don't got time to be sitting on the computer for 5 to 6 hours doing all these other meticulous things, right? That is not dealing with nation building or anything that the Most High prescribed to the people, right? Especially if you we're gonna get on that. But Liesheep podcast, Brother Ryan. This is again, I'm addressing these questions for you because you didn't allow me to come on your podcast when I asked clearly to just send the link, brother. Like we can have a, you know what I'm saying. You want content, so I'm gonna give you content if you decide to cut and try to spin this for your audience, which I don't care. And if the people come over and they see the truth, because most people are waking up, especially on these last 2 videos that you're doing, trying to throw shade, and how you just approaching these situations, because you say that you care about the people, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? You've been trying to benefit from the situation that's been going on within Straightway. And the videos prove that, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing that he quote unquote said in the last segment before we got to this part was all he ever did was ever love, right? Which is a total lie. This brother, when he first came into the Houston Assembly, right? And I'm still fellowshipping with the Houston Assembly. I hate what's going on with that Straightway. You know what I'm saying? Between both of the pastors, you keep constant prayer. You know that the Most High is going to be just in his judgment, right? Let's get that off first and foremost as well. But this brother says that all he did was ever love. But when he came in, he already had the spirit of, he wasn't trying to build with brothers. This brother was coming in looking at the women, you know what I'm saying? Trying to present himself in a way that he wanted a wife. And that's what that's what it was all pertaining to, because his mother told him that it was supposedly single sisters within the Houston Assembly, which we're gonna touch on too, which he's you know what I'm saying, I already said too, right? But he's saying unethical as well, right? When we talked about things, this brother is again convoluted. I've never seen somebody just so convoluted within themselves that has a high lofty opinion of themselves, which we know that the Most High has told us that we shouldn't have a high opinion of ourselves, right? He would argue about things in terms of it was one time, right? We was discussing like if Hebrews can build a basketball league as big as the NBA, right? And I'm telling him like, brother, we're not gonna get the market and the sponsorship, as you know what I'm saying, because of the enemy. This nigga going on a whole tirade just acting weird, bro. So again, his motives was already unpure from the beginning. He didn't want brotherships. Now he mentioned Brother Bug and Brother Justin. The reason that he mentioned them 3 times in a row that last video, because you know what I'm saying, not to put their business out too, you know what I'm saying, with respect to them, but their sister was the one that he was talking about, the supposed girl that he wanted to be with, right? Which it was never indication that the sister was gonna give him the day of time. He just assumed, you know what I'm saying, because he came in and again he was looking for a wife that he could start courting his sister. And once he didn't get the chance, you know what I'm saying, or he didn't get the opportunity because he didn't get the okay or whatever it was from the higher ups. And even her brother had told him like, hey brother, let's get to know each other first, right? At least I could put that out for the brother. He said, you know what I'm saying, like he wasn't even trying to build with no brothers. It was all about a woman from the beginning, and a power struggle too, because he wanted to come in and he thought he was going to be ahead or second in lead to what he was doing in Michigan, which was certainly untrue, because again he had already came back into the ministry, and he, you know what I'm saying, he had already had a rap once his wife. So in another lie too, excuse me, let's get that to pass. And another lie too, that this brother has told him that he was kicked out of Straightway when he actually left. In the video again from March of 24 proves that this brother was still in the ministry, that he came to the last Passover, and we were still trying to get in touch with this brother. He excluded himself. You know what I'm saying? He put himself in a situation where he pitted himself against Pastor Dow, but it was, again, he was hopping on the tailcoat to what was going on with Pastor Rufus. So he been using Pastor Rufus to get views, basically. You know what I'm saying? He's using Pastor Rufus, right? And he's saying that these brothers spoke on my personal life, which is not true. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then Most High willing, the Most High is gonna deal with that. And I pray, you know what I'm saying, for revelation upon that. You know what I'm saying? But none in my spirit has ever indicated that I have brothers in the ministry who's looked at, especially from not the other brothers that you mentioned, Brother Bug and Brother Jay, especially even though they're tight and they've been there for me, you know what I'm saying, through situations. There's other brothers that you're talking down on that actually been there for me. And I believe that the reason that you're doing that is because you're reflecting your own personal situation and your own hurt, brother. I believe that you are hurt and you are still moving in the pain of whatever happened in Michigan, whatever you felt that was with your wife. Because again, this brother was trying to get me and Brother Justin to turn against the rest of the brothers, essentially, that was in Houston. Now, I'm not in Houston, you know what I'm saying, under Straightway. Because we were all fellowshipping under the banner of Straightway. You know what I'm saying? But these are still saints. These are people lives that you're messing with. You know what I'm saying? So he came in not on the level to build with the brothers. He wanted to be in power and position, and thought that he was gonna get wives and multiple wives. The same things that he's talking about, he wanted for himself essentially. That's what I'm saying. This guy's a hypocrite. This guy's wolf in sheep clothing. You should be aware of this guy. If you are fellowshipping with this person, you're gonna see it in a person. He could talk all day on the camera and make these videos and vlogs, but where is he actually getting, you know what I'm saying, fellowship? Because we know in the end time, man, these computers is going to be turned off. So at the end of the day, it's either you're going to have some brothers that you're going to be on the lines with, the front lines with, you know what I'm saying, the saints with the Most High, or you ain't going to be able to talk to a computer, right? So, he's saying that he still has love, right? That was another one of the things that he said. But he hasn't reached out to any of the brothers. Now, that video at Passover, like he said on the last video that he had talked to Webb, and we never reached out. But basically that's a lie too, because brothers was reaching out in the ministry and trying to call and check in on this brother, to still make sure again that he was following through what we had talked about, because we had talked at Passover, right? And the one that he was preaching and saying, Daddy, yeah, that one, yeah, he was still trying to get back in the assembly. And once again, he realized that he wasn't gonna get the position on when he went up to the land, and the elders and pastors wasn't gonna side with his BS, because he came with a lot of BS. And he said that he showed love too, but he really bore false witness against me as well too, and Brother Justin, because he lied and told Juan it really was a shitstorm. You know what I'm saying? Because it started with, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be too long-winded. I'm gonna give as much information as I can, and I'm actually working to get the park video when we actually confronted him on his lies, because it was a whole bunch of lies that had built up. And we had all confronted him, the brothers of Missouri, Kentucky, because the elder that was in former Houston, he was up in Kentucky, so it was like a big call, and we was at the park trying to talk to this brother, and this brother wasn't talking. He was denying everything, and he basically couldn't talk his way out. And I'm trying to get the video for that for the part 2, if you want to continue to go. But again, I don't want to continue to waste my time with this, because again, brother, as you can see, I don't do content like this. I'm not a content creator. I make music for the Most High. I love my family, and I'm trying to learn and grow in the Word of the Most High and save my own salvation. I don't got time to be going back and forth on the YouTube like you, and how you got a lot of free time on your hands, brother. You need to get a job and a career. You know what I'm saying? Because the YouTube money ain't that good. What are you gonna do once it's, you know what I'm saying? Look at this brother numbers. You know what I'm saying? I should go on a tirade or anything like that, but when he's not talking about straightway or anything that's related to trying to be on Ringo time, this brother is not pulling in the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time too, you taking advantage of the situation again with Pastor Rufus and Pastor Dow, when you were still a part of the assembly. Nobody kicked you out, nigga. You kicked yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You really is a clown, dude. You really is a clown, bro. And it's sad that I gotta address you. You know what I'm saying? Like this. You know what I'm saying? But he also says, again, that he still have love, but he's willing to air out dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? But you're supposed to be a brother. How's that brother? You know what I'm saying? You see the hypocrisy in this man's mind. How he's so quick to switch up once Pastor Rufus started getting on him the other day about the, you know what I'm saying, the video he was making. He was quick to say, oh no, it was because of this, and then as soon as Pastor Rufus get off, he was just like Smokey on Friday. Yeah. I be quiet when he here, but I talk again when he leave. He was like that. You was a clown, bro. You really is a clown. You know what I'm saying? And this might be the only video, bro. Because again, I don't got time to keep making these videos. A lot of the earlier videos speak for themselves, man. You're a clown. You double tongue, and you know what I'm saying. You really shouldn't even be speaking on a lot of these situations that you've been speaking on. You really been clout chasing and trying to bait numbers and views, which is gonna eventually come to an end because, bro, you're not teaching a word in the full righteousness. You know what I'm saying? And then we could poke holes every time that you is bringing the word up. But he said, again, he's reflecting his own personal situations. You know what I'm saying? His lack to be a provider as a father, as a husband. He's trying to put these things on me in his shows to make his audience sympathize, and these people eat this stuff up. I'm literally in the comment section asking like, hey brother, let me get on and talk to you. The people just, they don't see this. They're not seeing the hypocrisy. Like somebody is like literally somebody in the crowd, but I mean you can't expect that from the people that's eating the drama, that loves this drama. You know what I'm saying? These people that's just eating this stuff up constantly, that could sit there and watch a 5-hour show from start to finish and find it entertaining or edifying, which is not. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? This brother, he came into the Houston Assembly, started problems because he was actually searching for a wife. And he wanted to be ahead of the assembly or close to, you know what I'm saying, second in charge and things like that. So once he found out that it wasn't going to become that level, you know what I'm saying, he started making accusations towards the brothers. One of the sins he tried to charge the brothers with was we stole apparently his mother chair, or one of the former leader, Robert Webb, he liked to mention him a lot, that him or Brother Jackson, they had stole his mother's chair or something that was his mother's, and it was completely untrue. They still had her items at the house, and he just never asked for it. And that was again, I can bring up multiple witnesses that this man was not addressing these questions when everybody was out there at the party. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that the Most High is able to let me get my hands on these tapes, because I know he don't want me to get my hands on these tapes. He think I can't, but I'm calling some brothers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he right. So he lied on me and Brother Justin, saying that we was smoking weed and enticing him to smoke weed. Apparently, you know what I'm saying, that we was around him smoking weed and doing this and doing that. It was brothers in Houston. He didn't want to get certain names, but he wanted to still use us as witnesses, me and Justin, while still also trying to say that, you know what I'm saying, we was down here a part of the wickedness that was going on in Houston apparently. So you see the double-mindedness in this man's mind. He's saying that he loved me, but you put your brother in that situation. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? There was never a time that you tried to address me in a brotherly mindset, bro. It was, again, he was getting mad about podcasts, doing worldly podcasts about Bang Bros or whatever, Passport Bros. And I'm saying, bro, what did this got to do with the Most High, Israel? You can go back and look at the content he was doing before he left the ministry. This man was trying to say that was going to be the next thing that was going to help Israel, and I'm like, bro, what did this got to do with anything? Nothing. And he would say that that's loser talk. Like, come on, dog. Like, it's really sad, man. It's really sad that you go to these levels to see these people and make them think that you're something that you're not. And the Most High is going to judge, and he's going to deal accordingly. So, brother, this is going to be my last time addressing this. I hope that creators like Face and Gates, even though I don't agree with everything of your doctrine, my brother, we still are brothers in the truth of Messiah, our children. and then, you know what I'm saying, come in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, that this can get out further. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got a big platform. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sitting on YouTube all day begging for people to come watch my stuff or anything like that. But this guy needs to be exposed and he needs to be taken down. I do respect your work on, you know what I'm saying, fleshing out what you need to flesh out. But yeah, this guy needs to be exposed, man, because he's a hypocrite, and you know what I'm saying, he's a wolf in sheep clothing. So thank anybody who's listening, who's able to wake up from, you know what I'm saying, the trickeries of this guy, man. He's a Ringo Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's a deceiver. Because not too long ago, he was a part straightway. Now, again, whatever you might feel about the ministry at this time, that has nothing to do. I'm talking about this brother in general, because he has no real plight in the game, no real fight in the game. This man is literally just trying to take advantage of the situation that's going on between these pastors, which again, I still see as a tragedy. I believe that they should have been working out their brothers in Christ, but that's here nor there. That's another topic. But this brother is a deceiver, and he's trying to make a following, which he said that he's not. He's not trying to be over nobody, no pastor, nothing like that. But he's trying to make a following. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that Pastor Rufus see too that Brother Ron is using you. He's been using you since you left out. That was his ticket, because he seen, you know what I'm saying? Go back and watch the YouTube. Go back and look at his algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Look at the past year and a half, and how his numbers has went up from, you know what I'm saying? So he saw the opportunity to leave then, but nobody told him to leave. He left on his own accordance because he didn't get what he wanted, which was his fleshly desires. Hypocrite, bro. You a hypocrite. Thank anybody that listen, man. All praise to the Most High for giving the wisdom, opening these books. Israel, we need the Most High. We need to come together. You know what I'm saying? We need his son come and shorten these days, because the last days is upon us. And again, I thank anybody for listening. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that sees the trickery again of this clown, that the eyes of the, you know what I'm saying, that the scales be removed, because this guy is a felicer. Ain't gonna be too soon. He's gonna be extra money. He doing this subliminity, and he trying to break it down. Of course, oh well, I ain't doing it for, you know what I'm saying, I'm targeting the people that come into the channel. You still selling merch, bro. You still making money. It's about spreading the message, right? It's supposed to be. Again, this guy's a hypocrite. Beware. And then if you fellowship with this guy in person, I'm not worried about the internet. You know what I'm saying? The internet's gonna be the internet. I know he probably still gonna continue to go, even though I don't make this type of content. So again, the internet is gonna be the internet. But if you fellowship with this man in real life, you'll see the hypocrisy. You'll see his character for what it truly is. Parts of it already been coming out these past 2 videos, and it's just funny to see, man. It's just funny to see, but man, it's a troubling time. We need to be praying. We need to be praying as a people, fasting and praying, because some troubling times coming. So, shalom, shalom. If I do come back with another one, then I had to, but I think for the most part I broke it down, man. And that it's no gripe, you know what I'm saying, with this brother. You know what I'm saying? This could be the last video, and I'm not gonna say nothing else. If it reached the audience that it needs to, you know what I'm saying, the people that it needs to, then Most High willing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna continue to keep going back and forth, wasting my time when we got valuable time. You know what I'm saying? It's war in the East right now. Any day, any moment, that Antichrist, you know what I'm saying, could arise. The man is saying they already here, but I'm just saying though, like, bro, we don't got time for this. So, yeah, this guy is, man, a weirdo. If you fellowship with him in person, you'll see that. So, thank y'all for listening, tuning in. This is Brother Trey. I'm signing out. Shalom, shalom.